right, welcome back, everyone. This is episode 6 of the Night Owls podcast. My name's Jacob. I'm here with Peter, Ben, and Jonathan, as always. And right now, it's currently 12:28 in the morning. Everyone like to say hello?
Hello.
Hello there.
What's up?
You probably hear a little pitter-patter in the background. It's my dog. He's trying to play with us, and I feel really bad when I ignore him because he's so adorable.
I feel obligated to throw his toy and still play with him because he's so adorable.
It's a donut.
Murray.
If you could see.
Hey, Murray. Sit. Sit.
Oh, he just drops the donut.
Lay down. Lay down. Down. Lay the fuck down. Please. Good boy. Good boy. I'm sorry,
what a
Murray.
fucking potato.
Adorable.
I know.
What a loaf of bread,
You
dude.
absolute dick.
You're a good boy, Murray. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
He looks at you like, no, I'm
Look at me
not.
like that.
You ruined his night.
Alright, you know what?
He's smiling, though.
You're a good boy, Murray.
You can see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Smile
Ask
through.
if you're fine.
I've been through World War II.
All right.
So, before we start, I guess, do you want me to...
Yeah, you
say
can
it?
do the honors.
Okay, yeah, so... Recently there was a streamer and a YouTuber named Etika, aka Desmond... I don't know his last name.
I don't know his last name.
Desmond
maybe.
something. I'm
Olsen,
sorry.
maybe?
It's something with an A. But he'd recently been dealing with some mental health issues, and just a few days ago we found out that he had jumped from the Manhattan Bridge. So we're gonna do. If you guys want to do a little moment of silence for our man Etika.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moment of silence. All right. So yeah, it's really sad what happened, and my deepest condolences to his family and to his friends, and I think there's a GoFundMe for
For the funeral.
Yeah.
I believe it's somewhere on Twitter, so you could probably, if you want to do anything, definitely go donate to that. If you're dealing with any mental health problems, there are people that you can talk to. There are phone numbers that you can call. But yeah, that's. Do we want to toast to him real quick?
Yeah.
Do
toast.
our clink.
Toast our coffees.
Alright.
Which coffee is it? Which coffee is
To
it?
Etika.
This is wake the hell up.
Wake the hell up. All right.
Yeah.
All right. On a bit of a better note, Ben, why don't you explain what's going on here?
So,
Oh, wow.
That's not bad.
Wow.
this is some pretty nice stuff.
Oh, boy.
This is the first time we've had like Keurig coffee on here.
Mm-hmm.
This is some stuff I've had laying around. It's like extra caffeinated. It's called Wake the Hell Up for a
boy.
reason.
I can
Yeah.
taste it.
I may have forgotten how strong it actually was, because I feel like I might have made it a little too sweet this time. I thought it was stronger than it was. Maybe not, but it's good stuff.
Do you know where it's brewed?
I can look it up. I didn't even think about
Here,
it.
you keep talking. I'll look it up.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Jacob, you want to start?
Yeah. So I definitely put a little extra sugar in here from the little warning that Ben gave off, and yeah, it's a lot sweeter than the normal coffees that I usually have, but I still it does still pack a bit of a punch.
Yeah.
But I'd actually give this a good 3 stars.
3 stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I can taste the caffeine for sure. I think I added a little less sugar than I was putting on.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling it already. But it tastes really nice. It's got a nice coffee bean flavor. I'm gonna take a sip and
They roast it in
reevaluate.
in Utica, New York.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
East Coast.
So, your review?
Yeah. So
Oh, well, that's fine. I didn't get mine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I thought you gave the rating.
Asshole.
Come on, man. God.
I'd give it a solid 4. Actually, I think I really like this coffee.
Yeah.
I think I need to dial in the sugar and creamer a little more because I'm definitely going to be wired, but it tastes really good, actually. So.
Mine, I got a little more in there. Let me sip yours.
You guys are gonna get
AIDS.
each other's AIDS.
Yeah, well,
We know you've got something going on.
Oh,
there.
yeah. That's not bad, though. It's got like a... with
It's
less
just
sugar in
enough.
it. Yeah. That's good. Yours is cold, though.
Why
Oh,
is
a little
cold?
bit of milk.
I know, and I'm still drinking it.
Cold coffee.
I guess your mug probably insulates the least out of all ours.
Because it's so deep and also so long.
That's what she said.
Anyways.
Anyway, I don't know.
Probably not.
I hope not. So, I really, really like this. This is Wake the Hell Up, right? That's
Yeah.
what it's called? Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely really sweet. I feel like we all either put way too much sugar or way too little sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my bad.
no, it's alright, because I like it sweet.
Yeah.
This actually tastes really good for your Keurig.
Yeah.
I really
Keurig.
like this.
Courage. You give me courage.
Right.
Big mouth.
How many?
Big Mouth, great show.
I apologize. Go on.
Let's go. Mets.
I'm gonna say 4.5. No, 4. I'm gonna say
Okay.
4 because if it was brewed like with the coffee machine, I think I'd give it a 4.5.
Yeah.
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 Maybe we'll redo it sometime with the
Yeah,
actual
we definitely should.
beans if we can
Fine
find
by
them.
me.
Yeah, I definitely think I was mixing this up with the Death Wish stuff.
Mhm.
Because I had them at around the same time. And I guess I just remember how strong the Death Wish was, and that kind of like
Yeah.
Mhm.
altered my view of this. But put a little too much cream and sugar in here. The Sip and Peters that I had was really good though.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
scored mine really high. I really like mine.
It's got a surprisingly good, just like natural
Coffee
taste without
taste.
like adding a bunch of stuff to dilute it or whatever.
Cream and
Right.
sugar.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 3.5. Pretty good stuff.
All right. That's an average about
4.
3.5 stars.
3 or 4.
Pretty much.
That's
All right.
Yeah.
So, yet again, we have a multitude of topics. We started off with a little bit of an Etika tribute. Definitely, it was a very tragic thing that happened. Overall, just in the YouTube and Twitch, just community overall, because recently there have been a lot of tweets about people speaking out about that, and just how a lot of negativity can actually come across to many different YouTubers and Twitch streamers just by random people.
Just social media in general.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
very
what he was talking about with his video.
yeah.
His
It's
last,
a very
I'm
it's
sorry.
a very powerful tool, and it can be easily like emotionally weaponized to
Yeah,
maybe,
for
like,
sure.
I mean, as
your
much
own. It can rewire your own self-image.
Right.
That's what I had deleted Instagram for a good while because I was comparing myself to other people. I was like, if I don't post this image, I won't get enough likes, and they're internet points. They don't mean anything. You
No,
know,
they
it's
Yep.
crazy that we put so much
Stress
emphasis
on something.
on right.
And the thing with those streamers and influencers or whatever is, as much of a positive following as you have, you're always going to have a ton of
Of course.
people that now have a direct line to be like, "You suck. I hate you. Your life is pointless."
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know?
it's sad that those people do that.
Thrive
But,
off
I mean,
of that.
Yeah,
I mean, there will always be those people,
yeah. It's crazy, dude.
and it's so sad.
I want to know whether or not they feel accomplished by that. You know, part of that
Mm-hmm.
not really feeling closure. Like,
Yeah,
are you
'cause
happy with your end result? You know, it's cyberbullying to the absolute max.
Because so when Etika was having a few weeks ago he had like a sort of like mental breakdown.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
arrested.
Yeah,
And
he,
people
like-
were like making fun of him on Twitter. They were calling him attention seeking.
Yeah.
Even went on Keemstar.
Yeah, he
and
went on
Keemstar
drama.
like made fun of him, or
Well,
he like
from
he
what
called him like I don't know. He tweeted at him
Yeah.
like I had just had an interview with Etika, and he rage quit, and then he showed that Etika had blocked him.
yeah. From what my general understanding though is, not to like, Keemstar's a dick. We all know that.
Yeah.
But what I have heard is that Etika had done something similar where he drops off the face of the earth and like makes everyone think that he did something terrible, and then just to come back a few days later, almost like a publicity stunt previously a few times.
Yeah.
So the pattern had just been there, and everyone was like, "Oh, here he is again." It's
Yeah.
just like a boy
I mean-
who cried wolf situation, which is
Well, it sucks because that's not what it is at all.
Yeah,
you know?
no,
If he
no,
needs
definitely.
if he needs a break, he should be able to take that without.
right.
Without
But
even
I
having to,
also
like,
understand where that comes from. But that doesn't.
Yeah, no,
justify
no,
it.
no.
Yeah.
And it's really bad. You know, I hate to be like sounding like back in my day, but you know this was never this bad when we were like early teenagers, but like early teenagers now, like 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds right now, they're getting pummeled every day by this social media. It's just such a toxic platform now for them.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really the
Parents that give their kids
the
like,
beauty of it.
Instagram.
The beauty of like
Yeah.
moms,
So dumb.
neighborhood moms sharing like their wine posts like late at night, or like it's now turned into just a fucking breeding ground for cyberbullies.
Yeah,
It's so bad.
Social media just spawns so much bullshit, dude. I genuinely think that's a lot of the reason that why this like generation of people is so like depression and anxiety.
Absolutely,
ridden.
absolutely.
Or on the other spectrum, just absolutely toxic.
Yeah, and in the other side of that, it's like that's also how you get like bullshit like anti-vax people spreading.
Yeah.
It's like they
It also
now
destroys-
these morons have a voice.
It also
Yeah,
destroys
right.
these factual statements, you know,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
have a platform to
I mean, that's
pose
the whole
unfactual.
that's the
points.
whole thing with the internet is like that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna have this shit ton of fake stories and shit, and you're also gonna and it might outweigh some of the real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
As
how it
great
goes.
as it is,
and
it has its.
I mean,
or
that's
it's a matter of finding a balance, and
Yeah.
whether that's even possible is I think that's still up for debate.
it. Definitely is something to consider.
I think with people so attached to like Twitter and stuff now, it's hard to find a balance because you don't want to give it up, or you don't want to use it in mediation.
Yeah, I don't know. I think people. There are a lot of kids that are too young at this point. I think there are a lot of people at our age that need to like learn how to get away from social media.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
Get outside,
I
do
need
something.
to. I need to do that.
I know people that will, you know, like everything is based around we got to get a good Instagram picture while we're here. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
like Jesus Christ, dude. Like,
It's not
I
that
couldn't
deep.
stand that. I couldn't do it.
enjoy what you're actually doing. Like,
Exactly.
Enjoy the moment.
Especially people. What really bugs me on a personal level is this was Father's Day. I was with my dad. We went hiking. We took a morning hike, and then I showed him this local spot, Kilgore Falls.
Yeah.
That he actually never knew about. He didn't know about. He says it's part of Rock State Park. I'm like, technically, it's a little far away though, but
It's not
still
that bad.
it's still a part of it.
yeah.
Literally. And we get there and we're just chilling. And you know, we're there, we're enjoying, and we're walking back, and these group of people, probably like middle high school, like juniors, seniors maybe,
Okay.
come in and they're like blasting this music,
Oh God.
Mm.
and I'm like, do you just not get the point of being in nature, or are you just stupid?
Yeah.
It's not only you're making a choice that everyone's going to listen to your music. You're also making the choice that you don't want to connect with nature. You just want to play music in nature.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's wrong to take your music with you
I mean,
when
they
you
were-
want to go somewhere, but blasting it like
I
that.
imagine
just
they
don't-
were like
don't-
doing it to show off, or
Yeah,
There's a difference between playing music
and like,
at your
And being
beach towel on the
obnoxious.
beach
yeah.
than to be in a quiet forest and play music for no good reason.
I guess. I mean, you're at a spring. If you want to listen to music while you're all swimming, that's one thing. But like,
If
there
you're,
are a lot of fucking people
I
there,
mean,
don't go blasting.
yeah,
If you're
if there's,
wondering, it was really obnoxious music, and I think they knew it very well.
Yeah.
And it was very loud.
That's why they were doing it. It's like it's the same thing that fucking middle schoolers do. So obnoxious. They just do things because I hate middle schoolers.
anyways, but moving on. We actually
Sorry.
have no. We're only
That guy-
God hates middle schoolers.
That's the name of the title.
Oh, sorry.
So we have
Sorry,
a bunch. We have a bunch of topics again for today. Who would like to start out?
Peter.
Oh boy, this is the political one. Might as well
Let's
get
get
that
it out of the way.
first.
Yeah.
Keep your ears open and keep your minds open. So right now,
Wake up, sheeple.
wake up, sheeple. It's time to get real.
It's
Daily
not that
dose
political,
of
Beerman. You
reality.
can speak.
All right, so there are two World Cups. There's the Men's World Cup and the Women's World Cup. Right now, the
Yeah.
Women's World Cup is being held in Paris, France, and in different areas in France. Like there's Reims, there's Lyon, there's Stadium Normandy, and the U.S. are the defending champions, and should be treated as such and paid as such, because they not only play more matches, they also win more than the men's national team.
Yes, they do.
The men's national teams didn't make it to the quarterfinal last year, or was it? I don't even think they made it to
Doesn't the
semifinals.
men's national team suck?
It used to be good. It was good back in 2010, 2012. But I mean, the women's national team has been good for 20 years,
Yeah, right.
since '99, since the '99ers,
Mhm.
and you know they are now all 28 players on the team have gone to a general consensus that they are suing U.S. Soccer
Okay.
for gender discrimination
Mhm.
with these pay gaps.
Yeah.
Because not only are the prize pools lower, I mean the salaries for these women's national teams, they're terrible.
Yeah, right. I mean,
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on going into this kind of a suit? Do you think this could be a landmark case, or do you think this will just be one of those, oh, it was a good idea, let's be powerful for a second, and then it kind of just blows away?
Well, I hope they're successful, because if the prizes are not as much as the men's team, and the women's team are better, and they don't get paid as much as the men's team, and the men's team is worse, I think that's bullshit. I was actually talking with my dad a little bit about this earlier, and he said something kind of interesting. I thought, so with most women's sports, you know, they don't get paid as much as the men's sports.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember, when you throw on the baseball game, or you throw on the NBA game, are you watching the men's basketball, or are you watching the men's or the women's basketball?
Mm-hmm.
90% of the time, it's probably going to be the men's basketball. The men's sports is way more popular than the women's sports, except for in soccer. So the men's sports draws in more revenue, so that factors into the pay.
Into the prize pools,
Yeah.
as well.
If you're wondering, you want to know the revenue in 2010?
I
for
mean,
the
but there
women's?
is economic evidence of the women making more and drawing more in than the men.
Yes.
For soccer.
No, I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that. I'm sure with women for this, I'm saying that despite all that, if they're doing better than the men's team, if they're getting farther,
yeah, then
if
they
they're
should
more
be
watched,
getting paid on equivalent, or if they're
they
getting
should
more
be
revenue,
paid
even more.
I think it should be a skill-based thing, because you're working that hard. Dude, if some woman's playing better than Steph Curry is, she should be getting paid more than Steph Curry is, because she's putting in more work.
Yeah.
That's how.
You know, I don't
That's
think
how
it
it should be. But I'm just saying the way it is.
Yeah.
I think it should. I think the system is probably fucked.
Yeah, and I definitely think it dates back to, like, women can't play sports, so men have always watched men play sports.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just become passed down. Son, this is the football that we watch. This is the team that we root for. This is the basketball team that we root for.
Yeah.
And no one ever
talks about women's sports.
Yeah,
the WNBA.
those aren't the teams that we've been watching for
years.
Right.
decades or whatnot. So, which I mean, that's
And
sort
it's
of hard
hard.
to shift at this point.
Because there's some serious soccer stars on the women's team.
Mhm.
I mean, Megan Rapinoe is almost 30, and she's still killing it.
Yeah, dude. She's like
bad at
reading some of the stuff she's said and
There was an
preparation for
interview
this.
saying if
she
you
makes
win,
me want to watch soccer.
she was
dude.
she said one of this interviewer asked was if you win, are you going to the White House? She's like,
I'm not
"Fuck."
going to the fucking
She's-
White House.
I'm not going to the fucking White House. Dude, come on, man. You stick it to the man. That's
she's
what's up.
kick-ass.
Yeah.
She was kneeling with Kaepernick during all of that too.
Yep. She was the only one.
And I was actually reading, this was back in 2016, but it was Seattle. They were in Seattle, and the team they were playing against played the national anthem while the women were still in the locker room so that she couldn't get a chance to kneel because they didn't want that attention on them.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
She's just, she's always been, fighting the system.
That's cool.
She's a badass woman. Hell yeah, dude.
Watching her play soccer, them play soccer, dude, they take hits just like the men.
Yeah.
As much as you want to be oh, girls are pretty. No, they're not. They're getting bodied out there.
Yeah.
They were playing Spain, and it was a really hard match. It was 2-1. They won. Rapinoe scored both goals.
Yeah, on the foul kicks.
On the penalty kicks,
Foul
yeah. And
I know sports.
yeah, drink your coffee. Anyways, I mean, especially her. I mean, it's obvious that she's a star, and she's targeted.
She's the team captain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
co-captain or something.
No, she's the team captain.
I thought she was co-captain.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
But there's just
You didn't see that, did you?
No.
what?
Don't.
What?
Keep going.
A team that's got such great potential should be paid as such. It's just like the Yankees. You know, the Yankees have so much money.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
Oh, Jacob, don't be mad because your phone's dry.
man, I thought I had like some
Is it
groundbreaking
dry?
facts for your
It's
topic. I was just going to talk about how the Wall Street Journal reported in the last 3 years the women have made more, but you already fucking said that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you're wondering, the gap in 2010 they were making below $5 million, and
How
the
much
men's,
for
huh?
Sorry, you're getting to that.
And the men's were making $20 million.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That is fucked.
And it only started curving in 2012, and then dropped severely in 2015, back below $5 million.
Yeah, no, it's definitely bullshit. The American society has just failed, and it's not set up for women or minorities to succeed.
No.
It's a tragedy. It really fucking is. So I think we've covered that.
Well, what do you guys? Never mind.
What?
What do you guys think of the pay gap in general?
I mean, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a thing.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, did you hear what Donald Trump said about it?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, he was like, he's like, oh yeah, here they're taking it to court. I think they got a bit of a chance, but I haven't really picked a side yet. Like,
Great.
what a dick! He's such a douche.
What do you think, Jacob?
I can't talk about this.
You can.
Come on,
No, I legit can't.
the
Like,
military's always listening.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well. Okay.
So, back on our topic of social media.
Yeah.
One of the biggest rising celebrities at the moment is Lil Nas X.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know the name, I'm sure you've heard
I'm
Old
gonna
Town
take
Road.
my horse to the old town road.
Oh, boy.
That right
Sorry.
there.
Yep.
He's pretty young. I think he's only 20, I think.
Probably, yeah. He doesn't look.
Yeah.
He looks pretty young.
He's under 21.
But he just put
He's
out
our
his,
age,
he
already.
just put out his EP, his debut project.
Yeah.
Which is I think it's about okay.
Yeah.
It's not terrible or anything. It definitely proved he's not a one-hit wonder. Good for the kid or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But with this fame comes with what typically happens is people start digging to the old shit you said.
Yeah.
oh boy.
And now Twitter is calling for the cancelization of Lil Nas X.
Mhm.
Because a few years ago, back when that whole bombing happened at the Ariana Grande concert,
Mm-hmm.
Lil Nas X decided to take to Twitter and say,
Uh-oh.
you know, this
Uh-oh.
is paraphrasing,
Okay.
of course, but the gist of it was, you can't be a Muslim fan of Ariana Grande because your religion just got a bunch of people killed for publis, basically.
Oh,
That's a spicy one.
Gotta
That's
love
That's a
it.
spicy take.
He's like
That
basically
is a-
saying you should feel bad or you shouldn't be a fan of her at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeesh.
Which is
That's-
hard. It's bad, dude. That one. It's,
That
and this
was
was only
Oof, ouch, and
2
owie.
years ago.
Yeah.
He was still an adult tweeting this. I believe he was still 18 tweeting this.
I mean, let's see how old he is. 'Cause I definitely
it's-
think he's younger than us.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. Typically, you know, Twitter cancel culture is bullshit. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, let me find some stupid shit from 10 years ago that's
Right.
taken way out of context. But this is
That's
just,
bro.
Yeah, he's older than me by 8 days.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So this is a little bit. I'm a little in the middle here of like, fuck. You know, I don't know if it's right to
I mean,
cancel him or
This
not.
just goes back to our talk from last week
yeah, it does.
when it comes to
About-
just
Yeah.
digging
Yeah.
through social media and all that. Like,
Mhm.
careful what you put.
Don't post something that fucking severe.
Yeah, don't
Why
be
would you-
Or
stupid.
at least be anonymous when you post it.
I found a meme.
There's
Not-
no
that-
thing
not
as-
even
there's
being-
no such thing as anonymous.
Yeah.
There's a
This-
meme that
hold
I
on,
found.
hold
No,
on.
no, stop the clock. No, I found a meme that literally said that could have stayed in the drafts. Like, you can draft all the dummest shit you want when
Yeah.
you're drunk, but
Yeah.
that shit's gotta stay there.
But
Yeah.
like,
The drafts of the drafts.
I'm pretty sure this kid also used to run a Nicki Minaj Stan account.
Yeah.
And I think it was on that. So it was like almost anonymous. It wasn't like his real account or
Right.
whatever.
So it's by proxy, basically, is what you're saying.
What do you, I mean, it's still him saying
Yeah.
this.
Well, never mind. You know,
I just,
Eh.
I mean, do you guys think you can grow that much in 2 years? Do you think he's Do you think he's educated himself in the past
Look,
2 years?
People say a lot of stupid shit on social media. All right.
Time and time again, we say, "Well, did they do the right thing?" And it's like, but
I mean,
eventually you got to draw the line. And say,
he
that's
was
just
an
fucking
adult,
candy.
and he should be responsible for his adult actions.
He would have been
though.
18 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still an adult.
That's fucked up. I mean, that's fucked
I
up.
mean,
thing
should
to
this
say.
fuck over his career?
I don't think a single tweet. I mean,
Has he responded to this yet?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Because I
saw
think you
him-
should respond to it.
I saw him say something about like.
Because there are way too many Ariana Grande fans to still be profitable.
I saw him quote some tweet that was like bashing him. I don't know. I don't remember what about, but he said, "Oh, I thought I was canceled. I can't do this," or something like that. You know, that's the only thing that I've seen about him respond to it.
I don't know.
But I don't.
All I know is I
Look,
don't follow him, and he shows up in my.
He's a
feed.
young guy.
Yeah.
He hit #1 in the charts. It was like world record breaking.
He's riding this wave for sure.
And I don't know if this one single tweet is bad. I'm not gonna deny that at all. It's real bad. But like, he's got. I feel like he has more ahead of him that would be worth hearing, than to shut him down now and not hear anything.
I think you
You
should
know.
be smart and talk to people about it. Just be like, hey, this is what I did.
I did
This is
this.
how I was feeling at the time. It's not how I feel anymore. Sorry. And then just
I
move
definitely
on.
think that would be the responsible thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
all right, so I've got the tweets here.
Okay.
oh boy.
The first one, the one that I was talking about, is Ariana Grande stands that are Islamic are such self-drags. Your dead-ass religion in quotes, killed multiple kids for media attention.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, which I didn't know there was a second one until
Okay.
now.
Oh boy.
Stop pretending there's no correlation between violence and Islam. The Quran has several verses that say kill in all caps.
Mm.
And then hashtag you ain't no Muslim, bruv. Which is... it's rough, dude.
Dude, you really didn't have to say all that.
It's
Now
hard.
my
It's-
entire perspective kind of changed.
But there
It's
are
one
so
thing
many-
if you're attacking religion as a whole. It's
Or-
another if
or-
you're like soloing out a group of people.
But there are
dude.
so many like different religions that just have a bloody history
Yeah,
behind
right.
it.
That's
Right.
what like
Like,
to choose one religion to be like fuck you is just like that's
I'm pretty sure the only one, and I could be wrong about.
Shit stinks too,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Like, I'm pretty sure I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure like the only peaceful like religion that I've heard of, and again, it could be wrong. Is like Buddhism.
Yeah,
Even
I don't know how
then,
many wars have been waged over Buddhists.
Yeah.
yeah,
not
that's
much.
literally the only like thing I can think
Buddhists
of.
aren't very
Wait.
talkative.
Regardless,
Not
though.
talkative.
What?
I don't know. Never mind. I'm sorry. This coffee's making me feel weird. I don't know.
Yeah, what
It's
you
giving
put
me
in
the
this?
shits,
Yeah.
and it's also making me.
Oh boy.
With what?
Don't worry about it.
With
LSD.
life.
Dude.
Um, So I think someone can change in 2 years. I mean 2 years is. I mean it.
I think anyone can make the strides to change.
Anyone can make.
Yeah,
a
I
change in
think
2
I
years.
know I've changed a lot in the past just 2 years.
I've changed.
Yeah.
In 1 year.
And if he's like our age, I mean I know I've matured a lot, and
I mean, I think so too, but from
Definitely between the ages of 18 to 20, you can definitely see a huge change when it comes to a person
The only
because
problem-
but like these are very much the actions of like a Twitter troll, like saying some edgy bullshit, and he's still a Twitter troll. He's
An
just-
attention hog.
He's like that's sort of what's helped keep his fame is his like Twitter
Presence.
antics. Yeah, and presence.
you're. Yeah.
I mean, is it just being filtered now because he's got a spotlight on him?
I disagree. I think it's anything but filtered at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's not saying
I-
fuck Islams anymore,
But,
but
like-
he's still.
But I think he's so active on it.
Yeah, but when
did you finish this? Oh my god, Ben!
I'm a thirsty boy.
Jeez, you finished this
Look,
coffee
man,
already.
I've been drinking no soda and mostly water, so anything sugary I can get, I'm just.
But
all
that's
over.
good.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I know
dude.
it's good, but it's.
Stay
Wow.
hydrated, folks.
With not coffee.
With water.
But what I'm getting at is like he's still like keeping up these same actions and just realizing, hey, I've got a spotlight, so I can't say that fucked up stuff anymore, and I can just like troll.
Yeah. I think when you have a certain level of fame, especially in Lil Nas's position now, where he's got number one on the charts, I think everybody, as kind of sucky as it might be for them, I think everybody has sort of responsibility to sort of filter out some of the things that they say, because they have a lot of vulnerable little kids like looking up to them, even if people look up to Cardi B, and Cardi B is probably not the best role model. But like,
no,
I do think celebrities do have a bit of a responsibility to censor
themselves to create an image that is.
And I think that one thing that he said, or a few things that he said in his past 2 years ago, shouldn't hold back what he does now.
Yeah.
I think he should say
he should set an example for himself of who he is now.
I screwed up. I shouldn't have said that. I don't think you guys suck, or maybe not say that, but just apologize in general.
Yeah. Well, I was also reading. I don't know how true this is, but that his publicity people tried denying it was his account at first.
I would not have denied it. I would have been like,
I'm
sorry, I did it.
Yeah.
You cannot be. It's one thing to lie.
Yeah.
And still have it come back to you. I mean, why dig yourself a bigger hole?
Yeah.
When people can trace it back, especially when it's social media, that's just
Yes, sir.
you're not gonna win that one. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it just doesn't seem like it's been handled properly from the beginning.
I wanna see what Lil Nas has to say, if anything.
If I'm being honest, my prediction is that he's not going to be very mature about it.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think
not.
from face value,
Probably gonna meme it.
and from his I've seen.
He was making fun of it.
Yeah, dude, I don't think he's going to be
It's-
positive about it.
I think
he's going to fuck it up. Actually,
best way to handle this is the way Brother Nature did. I don't even really think Brother Nature did anything wrong when his whole like canceled thing was going on. He was like 12 or 13 when he had his shit go on.
what happened?
But he like, I think he said like the N word, like not the ER but the A, whatever.
Is he not black?
He's Hispanic.
Okay.
But you apologize.
We'll fix it in post.
You apologize and then you shut the fuck up for a few days, and that is the best way to handle that sort of thing. You keep talking, you dig yourself into a hole.
Exactly.
And I think Lil Nas X is going around this the whole wrong way. Even if he did apologize, there's so much shit that he's constantly saying. I've never seen it. I've only ever seen more of the like jokey tweets acting like nothing happened going on.
Yeah. Well, either way,
I feel like people. What are you doing to my Switch?
Sorry,
Don't break it.
I'm fiddling.
Okay. Well, you just turned the TV on, or someone did. I don't know.
Turn off.
Anyway, Lil Nas is not gonna. I feel like he is like a living meme.
Yeah.
And with all memes, it's gonna
They all
die
die.
out.
All
And
memes
he's.
must
I
die.
feel like people are gonna get tired of him.
R.I.P. Harambe.
He's gonna keep making music and all that, but I don't think he's ever gonna get Old Town Road again.
Yeah.
I
don't
think that'll be his one hit
Yeah.
wonder thing, even if he does come out with millions of other bangers.
I don't think Lil Nas X is going to be a one-hit wonder. I don't think
it will be
Fantano
either.
put it in a great way. He's like, Lil Nas X is never going to... Anthony Fantano, the new drop.
Yeah.
Lil Nas X is never going to be an album kind of guy. He's always going to be that, like, radio hit sort of song, and that's about it. And you'll get a few of those every now and then, a hot single or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're never going to be like, did you check out that Lil Nas X project?
Yeah. But regardless of that, time will tell what happens with him and whether he will speak out.
He's gonna fuck it up.
But
We'll see.
moving on to our next topic, more over in the gaming area, Overwatch.
Big game.
A game that has been out since May 2016. So it's been out for a solid 3 years now. I know Ben and I, we've had it since
Just about that time.
just around the beginning. Jonathan later on, and Peter a few years later. You just spilled my coffee.
to God.
You bitch.
It's alright, it's on the table. Don't freak
I
out,
didn't.
Dad. Swear to God.
It's not. People didn't even spill it off. So I'm good at my job.
Dad, I'm sorry.
Did
Take
you
a
hear
sip,
that?
bitch.
Look
It won't-
at this.
Probably hasn't said
Take a
anything
sip
to
and
me.
it won't fucking spill.
Oh
Probably
my
just
God.
came down and quietly like investigated.
I don't see anything.
But
There's a stain right there.
besides that,
It's not. Please don't get me in trouble.
So
sorry, God.
there's been a bit of a, essentially a. What the hell?
Okay, keep talking.
All right. There's been a bit of a dry spell on Overwatch recently.
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
A lot of the fan base that was there or in the first, second year have gone away by now, and a lot of people are just waiting. Like, what's the next move for Overwatch, if there is any, or is it just dead? Well, a lot of the speculation has been going on.
Keep going. I'm going to investigate. There's a mysterious beat. Keep going.
It's a bomb. Get down.
Shh. Don't sit
Murray, get out of there.
Mrs. Obama, get down.
So
Recent events have caused me to get sick of my Mr. Obama.
Okay.
So, oh my god.
I apologize.
We're being memes. We're being Lil Nas X.
Oh boy.
As
So,
much as I don't like him.
so there's been a lot of speculation that in the upcoming BlizzCon in November, there's going to be a release of what might be an dramatic
bless you.
effect. An Overwatch 2.
I think it was a dishwasher.
What's the point of an Overwatch 2?
So Overwatch 2 is potentially going to be a huge update, or maybe a completely separate game. Hopefully, it'll just be a huge update of Overwatch revamped. So they've been stocked.
Sorry.
Thank you for the Fortnite dancing, Jonathan.
I wasn't Fortnite dancing.
No one respects Jacob's topic.
I'm sorry. Fearman, I'm sorry.
Seriously, dude, no one fucks with Jacob's time.
No, I fucked with it. Okay, come on, keep going.
So besides
This
that,
man
they've been
has been
stockpiling a lot of.
Come here, Murray.
Oh.
Come listen to Jacob's talk.
Even Murray doesn't fuck with you.
No, he's got me going.
He just wants the donut.
Oh, you see all the commotion.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so annoying.
Overwatch 2, cool. Do we think it's a new game? Do we think it's an update?
And besides that, they have been stockpiling a crap ton of heroes like
Yeah.
Junker Queen. There's been the robot lady from the McCree short. I think her name was like Athena.
So why don't you explain what all
No,
that
it's not
means?
Athena. Athena's the robot assistant.
Because I really don't know much about Overwatch. I play it, but I'm terrible at it.
So pretty much Overwatch, it has actually, it's pretty much very similar to Team Fortress 2. If you play, oh my god.
Good boy, Murray.
Can we focus? Please.
So, sorry, Murray is looking adorable.
I don't think they should. I think Blizzard should play this smartly.
Have it be an update instead of a new game.
Yeah, and or not even like that. You know, just maybe add another mode. Add like a
Oh yeah, because
maybe not a battle royale because we know those are AIDS.
No.
Well, they recently just added the workshop where we can actually like create our own game modes. Like they've come out with a bunch of
That'd be
different.
cool.
Yeah.
But no,
maybe
it's out right
seriously
now.
That's already a thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, but what I was gonna say is that what would be really nice is like a serious, in-depth story mode.
That's what I was thinking. So
They were actually hinting about that.
Well,
And
they-
then maybe do different character
Hold on.
perspectives.
So Overwatch, the game starts off with a cutscene
Yeah.
as you're like opening the game or whatever.
And Twinson and all that.
Yeah, and basically all of the Overwatch heroes. This program has been shut down for a long time. There was an incident. A lot of people died. And you know, one of the characters is recalling everyone to reform Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yep.
And all of the like lore and background we've gotten over 3 years has all taken place in the past. And like just recently they got to the point where they caught up to that cutscene at the beginning and they're starting to dive into like modern like
Well, yeah, pretty much they're mixing with all the animations. Obviously, you have the Uprising events, which are essentially just like,
history and
A little
Yep.
bit of story.
and then the animations.
Then they have cutscenes.
it's
a
really
lot of the-
interesting the way they go about introducing lore and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially with the animations that they do every now and again. Obviously, again, since like the first year of release, they've cut back on a lot of things. But the Overwatch animations on YouTube are by far like amazing. Like
Really good
the
quality.
animation designs that they do is just
it
absolutely
definitely
brilliant.
takes a lot of time and work and money to pump into
And a
those.
lot of the animations are actually about all of the heroes eventually like being recalled, like pretty much how the world is in the present
Yeah.
and how they're all
It's just backstory.
getting to assemble. And
Yeah, cool.
a lot of like I said, throughout all the animations and throughout all of the little PvE events that we get in the game, there have been a lot of hints for different types of heroes. Junker Queen, the leader of like the post-apocalyptic Australia, She was hinted at like forever ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ava or Athena.
It's not Athena.
Yeah, I keep mixing them up. But either way, in McCree's animated short, she popped up at the very end, and they were talking about how they got recalled back into Overwatch and whatnot. And there's even with there was a Baptiste comic most recently.
It was like a short novel.
Yeah, with this what appears to be probably a new tank, Baptiste's friend, who apparently just goes ballistic and just kills everyone.
That's cool.
I love that. I love a new tank because tank means all the way.
Yeah, but
But I mean, it's great they're stockpiling characters. I like how they're moving. When the game first came out, everything was very like black and white, good and bad.
Yep.
And they've been moving a lot more into like this more gray area, which I always like to see more of.
yeah,
Choose your side kind of feeling.
It just feels more realistic to be like, and there's never going to be like straight good and straight bad.
But this year they said they were going to have some big changes to the game. Obviously, the workshop mode, that was a huge release.
Yeah, but there's supposed to be a huge summer thing.
Yep, supposedly
They also dropped the new map. They dropped Paris recently. I mean, a couple months ago, but
Well,
that was a pretty.
They dropped Paris and most
Havana.
recently Havana.
Yeah.
I haven't played on Havana actually.
Yep, it's a
but
pretty good map.
There's a lot of talk of roll lock going on.
Yep, roll lock.
Where teams,
Whenever you
rather
join a
than
ranks.
doing something random, it has to be 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 DPS.
Oh.
Yep.
Um,
So instead of having the 6 DPS ranked game modes, you won't. You'll actually be okay. This is what you're going to choose when you go into the queue,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Obviously, different classes are probably going to have different queue times. I mean, that happens for a lot of
The
different games.
wagon.
Yeah, but back to Overwatch 2. I don't know. I've heard rumors that the new game's going to be like a lot of PvE. The way the Uprising events are, where
That's
you're
player versus
like a
Oh, okay.
computer system. Like
Pretty much
Yeah.
player versus AI.
So like, all the events that they have when they've got like story
Halloween
mode
event.
stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, like the
Bots.
Halloween event where you've got a bunch of enemies coming at you, you got to defeat.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Okay.
I've heard Overwatch 2 could be that. I've heard it could be a big update.
The only problem is Overwatch is such a big game in itself. You know,
Yeah.
how do you say this is Overwatch 2? How do you build upon
Right.
that?
So
That's different than
the
you know,
difference-
Black Ops.
right.
Black Ops 2. It was
Yeah,
better
because they've
maps,
just been
better
constantly
things.
updating and growing this game.
And
for the
that's
past
fine.
3
You can
years.
go around that path. There's a lot of games that go around that path, and they are successful.
Yeah.
And I think Overwatch has the possibility to be successful for a very long time if they just keep updating. And
Yeah.
updating.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if they do keep updating, even if there is an
Oh,
Overwatch
no,
2.
definitely.
Right.
But the difference between Overwatch and Overwatch 2 would have to be pretty big.
Yeah.
You know, there's one thing is to keep updating a game, and then the other is to add new, vastly different mechanics
Yeah.
and different modes.
I-
Like a story mode would be a great starting place for a sequel.
I think what I think would be foolish is to call it Overwatch 2. I think I think if it's going to be something different, if it's going to be a separate game, it shouldn't be Overwatch 2. It should be something else set in the Overwatch world.
Underwatch.
yeah.
Yes, Underwatch. No,
Great.
but like if it's going to be a PvE thing, it's not Overwatch 2 because that's going to make people think that Overwatch is outdated and drop it. You know,
Right.
Or they'll get the wrong expectations and go into it feeling
Yeah.
like it's Overwatch, and it'll be absolutely different.
yeah.
And then you're gonna be like, "Well, I don't want to play this."
If anything, it should be something set in the world that's a different game. I'd prefer a big update. I'd prefer them to drop like a mass amount of new characters and like a few new maps and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know,
And
maybe
it's
you
basically
can.
like you're getting a new game because of how much content they're adding.
That'll be interesting.
So
And eventually, maybe they could actually start removing characters and adding. You know,
I don't want to.
I don't want
any
to.
characters.
Really?
No.
no characters I want to have removed. Not even Bastion.
No.
There's
I would've
the
liked
only
that.
problem with that. See, I'm a very open person to that. There's times where you got to move on. You got to bring in some new things. And maybe they could.
I think you can
know,
keep adding new things without removing them. I mean,
No,
look
no,
at
no.
League of Legends.
no,
That game
I
is
understand.
constantly adding
Oh,
characters
my lord.
and keeping the old ones.
They just came out with like a new game mode. Actually,
I think that just adds more depth. You know.
Yeah, I can see
So
that.
I see
I just don't want it to get too bloated.
Yeah, I think Blizzard has plenty of huge games that they know how to do that now. You know, World of Warcraft and fucking.
Don't they have Dota too?
I don't think they have Dota. No.
They don't have Dota.
What?
You know,
Dude, I know that one.
they have plenty of
forever ago.
experience.
That was 2
you know,
years ago or a year ago.
handling huge IPs like this.
Yeah.
So I can see Overwatch going in either two directions. When it comes to the huge update, they're going to drop at least maybe 6 heroes, and
When is this update supposed to come?
so we don't know the exact date, but we know
Supposed to be a big summer update.
possibly. But I also know that BlizzCon they're going to release a huge
Groundbreaking.
groundbreaking
that?
thing.
Which is
That's in
the fall.
November.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be a bit. They're doing something big in
wait.
the summer, and then they're doing something big in the fall.
I wouldn't imagine they do anything huge before this season of Overwatch League is over. You
Yeah.
can't disrupt
It ends
that.
soon,
in the middle
doesn't
of
it?
Huh?
Doesn't it end soon?
I
It's
actually
still got a couple
It's-
more
no.
weeks, actually.
It's got a few more weeks.
Yeah.
But,
LA all the way, baby.
But
Paris is back.
and then there's
Paris getting smacked.
Yeah, dude, I've stopped watching.
and
I watched a
then
few games.
Fair weather fan.
but Vancouver though.
Oh yeah, you're a bandwagon.
My dedication.
fan.
No.
Oh, Vancouver's
No,
been
no.
undefeated this
I
whole
was
season?
a
My
fan of
dedication-
Paris.
No. You had your shit set to Paris.
Yeah, it is
before.
still set to Paris.
Yeah, no,
I
don't
was
switch
talking
up
about
and go to Vancouver now.
I was the only one who thought about
I've
getting
been
a
by LA
sweatshirt from
since
Paris
day
Eternal.
Yeah,
one,
you were
brother.
actually thinking about getting merch from them.
Because that was nice.
I've been thinking about getting some LA stuff. Dude.
Anyways,
Rep
so
the Gladiators, brother.
then there's
Shields up.
then there's the other option
Yikes.
that I've been thinking about for Overwatch
Yikes.
2. And that's if they come out with a separate game. And with that
Don't do
separate
that.
game, and it'd be a lot more PvE based, I feel like it would be
Yeah.
the actual conflict, as in everyone has actually assembled.
Yeah.
Overwatch is back in set, and they're
Well, that would
up
just be a
against
big
talent.
story mode.
Yeah.
So the
Overwatch 2, if it would be a separate game, I feel like it would be an actual story.
they'd
I
have
think
to.
that would be cool.
I think if they did that, though, they'd have to make Overwatch free to play.
Why?
Yeah, that tells me. That would
Because
be a
you're
little.
just going to be competing with your own games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because you want
I-
more players on your
I think it would
massively
be
updating
very smart
game.
to do it the way Fortnite did it. Fortnite
Have
has
the
their
Save the
story
World pay
mode
for.
as a pay thing.
But the only problem was they were promising that Save the World would also be free eventually, and it hasn't been free. And the next,
I didn't keep up with
I
that.
did keep up on that. They
Yeah.
were supposed to make Save the World free when they made for the Battle Royale free on one of these battle passes, and they haven't.
No.
They haven't done that. They haven't honored that. They've made it cheaper. They've done it like it's
Yeah.
usually $9.99. They made it like $4.99 for like a month or so,
Yeah.
and like. But I mean, they just won't follow through because they're not making as much money anymore.
Yeah, well, I don't think many people care about that nearly.
No,
as
they
much.
don't.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But
Yeah.
that was the one pitfall of that they had.
But I think they definitely have to make Overwatch free to play, which I think they've been moving towards for some
I
time.
don't
I
see
think
how-
a lot
I
of
don't-
games are moving
That
towards
might.
I don't
that
see how
could
they
be a
couldn't.
groundbreaking.
And
Because
still do fine with it. I mean, you can still make tons of money off
I
of
think
loot
it's
boxes.
a super smart idea. I mean, if you've got like kids watching Overwatch on Disney XD when they've got the Overwatch League,
Parker
being
plays.
yeah.
streamed, but and then they can just go get
Parker
it for
games,
free.
man.
Fortnite's had so much groundbreaking success because it's so accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 9-year-olds playing in the
I think
basement.
Destiny seeing that. That's why they just made Destiny 2 free to play.
Yep.
Overwatch has the cosmetics, which I don't think loot boxes that are strictly cosmetic are bad.
No, I think they're great, and I think they make tons of money.
It's fun. It's fun to personalize your characters.
And also when you
exactly.
have
When it's not an essential game
Yeah.
mechanic, like in Battlefront 2 when it first came out, like you needed things, but you had to like gamble for it. Like that's fucked.
Yeah.
But when it's something just like a new costume,
Dude, that's what's up. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
how
fine.
that's how Fortnite was.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
great.
But I think that's how they can maintain their revenue.
And I
Blizzard-
think they will
Right.
be able to because
Yeah.
everyone buys loot boxes,
And
especially when it's events.
the more people that watch, the more people that can access Overwatch, the more people to watch Overwatch League as they get into it.
Makes
sort of thing.
everything. It definitely will boost.
And then
their
if
company.
you're creating a new game that's going to add to the story or whatnot,
yeah.
You can have
launch
that.
You
for-
can parlay that both.
Yeah.
It's like we got this game coming and Overwatch is going to be free to play.
Yeah.
And the fact that they already have a huge, well, what
What if
was
they
huge.
reveal that? What if they reveal that at BlizzCon?
Overwatch is free to play.
Overwatch free to play.
Overwatch free to play, and then they're coming out with an actual like story game of Overwatch.
Dude,
A lot of people would be hooked on that.
What if they had a co-op story?
Like
I
Borderlands, that would be cool.
Like
I
like a
think-
Borderlands type. Oh, that'd be.
I
Nice.
think it would be probably 4-player, the way that their other stuff has been.
Yeah, just
every,
like the
every like
like the
PvE
retribution
event.
thing has
The
been
events.
4-player. You know.
Hey,
grab a spot and go in, dude.
Yeah.
That'd be. Oh man, I'd be on that. Like,
we would all.
nothing.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Dibs on DPS. You know what I mean?
All-
Genji.
I'll be DPS. I'll get some tracer action.
So yeah,
Alright.
But
What's up
definitely
next?
something.
exciting.
Definitely
stuff.
something to look forward
Yeah.
to in the future.
Exciting. All right, what's next?
So I'm up. Yes. So I'm going to be talking about.
Wait, is this our last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be our last
Oh,
time.
yeah.
We're running out of
Time
time.
flies when you're having fun.
We're already
I'm
at
glad when
50.
you're drinking coffee
We're
with.
We're at
50?
50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to. Oh,
We're
no.
supposed to
Fix
cut
it in
it
post. We'll fix
45.
it in post.
It's with the Etika thing.
Yeah,
And put us over. It's
we didn't
fine.
throw that in last.
It's
time.
fine. So I'm going to be talking about internet privacy and all that stuff. So I found a video on YouTube that talked about how Google spies on you.
Been known.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Videotaping your dog.
Oh.
We are way over the time.
And
So-
I'm out here videotaping a dog.
So I recently I downloaded a new internet browser and a new search
Search engine.
engine for my phone, and I got the extension on Chrome on desktop. But it's called DuckDuckGo, and their whole like business policy is they don't spy on you, and they even block trackers for when you go onto different websites. Are you guys good?
Yeah, we're chilling.
Beerman, what are you doing?
We're chilling.
All right, cool. So you open up DuckDuckGo and you go to a certain website, and over in the upper left hand corner you'll get like a certain letter grade, and the letter grade will be based off of what trackers it had to block, what the privacy policies of these websites are, and you can go and look at what all these things are, and it encrypts your connection and all that. And I really like it, and the search is also more neutral than Google. So like with Google, if you were to Google something like "Is Google evil?", it would say Google's motto is "Do no evil." And then if you were to search "Is Google evil?" on DuckDuckGo, it would give you a more natural response, because Google manipulates their search engine to benefit them.
Yeah.
So that's something that I also like a lot more about it. But moreover, the point is, nothing is. We've talked a little bit about this before, but like nothing's sacred.
Nope.
I think we
like,
talked
even-
about it more about ad tracking.
Yeah, and like it's the technology exists. Like I mean, it's more than likely that this mic right here is connected to the mixer, which is connected to my computer, which is hooked up to the internet. It would not
Wow.
surprise me at all if if the internet could or if Google could find certain key phrases and
Always get a
words
VPN.
and words that they can then log in their system and be like, oh, we'll throw this little ad at you, and it's not just about ads, like
Yeah.
the point is you're being
They're
listened
storing
to.
data about
Exactly, and they're using it for ads, but what else could they use
There's
it
a
for?
personal file in Google just for you, and how they can
And it's
appropriately
so
manipulate
scary,
you.
yeah. So do you know what's going on in China right now? So they have a whole. I'm not very well versed on this part of it, but
Is this the good citizen thing?
yeah, this is like the social score.
Oh my god!
It's like an Orwellian Blade Runner dystopia in China right now. Apparently,
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. Can't wait.
Google is helping like the government spy on people to give them a certain like social score, and depending on what your social score is, you aren't going to be able to go on like airplane flights or do like normal things.
What?
You
What
have
type
to
of Black
play,
Mirror bullshit
yeah,
is
you have
this?
to play good citizen to get like on the government's good side.
This
Wow.
is a prime example of how fucked this can go. The technology exists. It does exist. It's being used to.
They have a whole
Do
fucking
this
Black
shit.
Mirror episode on this. Like, I'm being dead serious. It's like
I'm
the first
sure.
episode of season 3. It's like this whole.
Oh man, he really
you
fucks
got
with
a
Black
problem.
Mirror.
Season 3 at mark 4 minutes and 52 seconds.
No, the whole episode was about like
11:30.
whatever your social standing is determines like your literal welfare class and everything.
Yeah, it's an idea that's been tossed around in fiction for a long time. It
But
didn't start
that's
with Black Mirror. you know?
Terrible.
It's horrible. It's terrifying.
Welcome to the future, kids.
I think what we need to do is we've talked a little bit about this, but we need to do something. We need to fight back.
China,
you know,
you guys need to watch some Black Mirror.
this isn't
You
this
tell
shit.
him, Jacob Bierman.
This shit isn't fair, and that's why
Yeah.
I really like DuckDuckGo because
Yeah.
their business policy is something that Google, Amazon, Yahoo they literally cannot compete with
Yeah.
because that's exactly
That's
what they
how they
do,
make
and
their
everyone
money.
knows it. Yeah,
It's hard though. Like, who's to say that company won't gain the same traction and then become corrupt themselves?
yeah.
Anything gets corrupted when
I mean,
money starts getting thrown at them.
I mean, I
for sure.
I did as much research as I could on DuckDuckGo, and everything that I read, you know, they've been doing this since 2010.
yeah,
The only thing that they do is like they keep logs of your searches.
yeah.
But here, let me show you
I
something.
mean, I'm sure like they check out, but the thing is like. As time passes, you know,
Yeah.
who's to say that a new CEO won't step up and change things around?
yeah,
It's just, it's,
but
Greed,
I mean,
dude.
until then,
yeah.
I would recommend everyone get DuckDuckGo. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't.
Yeah, I literally just
We're not
installed it.
sponsored, but like,
Yeah,
I
but,
just
but look,
installed it.
all right. So there's this little button in the middle, that a little flame icon.
Yeah.
You hit it,
Is this
clear all
Tinder?
tabs and data.
Oh wow!
It gets rid of everything. You can keep like saved tabs. Like I have Hero Forge saved in here
Yeah.
for my D&D stuff.
I literally just downloaded
Yeah,
it while we were
I,
talking.
Give me a little bit.
Yeah, I might download this real quick.
Yeah, I really like it. And the CEO is he's on Twitter and he's super open about a lot of this stuff.
Really?
I wish I could remember his name, but yeah, yeah. I'm even thinking about using like a Tor browser, which is like a thing that keeps you like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like you've heard of the dark web, and of course
Yeah.
I'm sure that's has a kind of a negative connotation to it, but like you're only gonna find creepy stuff on the dark web if you're like looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're on the clear web, it's much easier to track and locate you and find out your personal information. With the dark web, you're on like it's like a VPN, but like you can't trace it to one source because the source changes every time. So yeah, this shit is real and it's freaky, and I don't like it, and I think that we need to do a movement, start something.
Dial back on our social media intake. I think,
And
this
the
new-
scary
there's a new
thing is,
there's a new Apple update that showed your screen time,
Yeah.
and
Ooh,
I think it was,
I don't like looking at that.
That was hurting me
Yeah.
for quite a while there.
yeah, and I felt a little self. How was yours?
You wanna see something kind of interesting? All right, let me go to YouTube.com real quick.
Screen
on,
time.
on DuckDuckGo. Whoops.
Alright,
Don't
this
wanna
will
open
be
the
the
app.
last thing.
Yeah. So open. So YouTube.com. Yeah, everyone guess what their letter grade is.
Wait, what?
YouTube's got to be like a D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube is a D. So one of the things that comes up here is it says YouTube has poor privacy practices. What is their poor privacy practice? They recognize your fingerprint. It says device fingerprinting.
What?
Yikes.
So it didn't block any trackers, which kind of sucks because I'm sure Google is pretty active there. Yeah. So it says 39% of network tracker offenders is Google, 23% is Twitter, and 11% is Facebook. And it can give you a whole bunch of stats. But it's fucked. It's creepy. Device fingerprinting.
That's
That's what Google does. Google owns YouTube.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Scary times.
it is.
Yep. Well,
On that light,
On that
cheery note,
lovely note, everyone, be sure you're safe. Don't
check
be
your
stupid.
Don't
Don't
check
be
your
stupid on
screen time.
social media. Just don't be stupid in general, and always make sure you get
Watch
a
your
VPN.
back.
Yeah, get a
Government's
VPN,
listening.
guys.
Yeah.
But
thanks for listening.
on
Yeah,
that note,
GG.
this was episode 6.
Thank you guys.
You guys have a
This was
wonderful
fun.
night.
Yeah.
See
See
you
you.
next week.
Bye.